Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thanks for hitting play on today's video. My name is Jose Ortiz.
And I'm Mario Benitez. And today we were supposed to have Sean Newman on, but I guess we got a frog boy.
Well, hello to you too. Yeah, I guess Sean couldn't make it today. I think he has goat yoga going on or something, so I suppose having the fourth biggest frog influencer is not terrible, huh?
This is another Saturday Gigantic.
The past comes before the present. We must move forward by continuing straight. When you are outside, you are no longer inside. Here is not there. Now is not then. Growing older is the opposite of getting younger. Black is not white. Never is not always. Change happens when something different occurs. When you close your eyes, life will no longer be visible. When we wake up, we are no longer asleep. Yesterday is not today. Ham is not cake. Every 60 seconds, another minute has passed. You must open the door to enter. For what's a piano without a person jamming on the keys? Just a piano. So here's the question, what am I talking about?
Frog Boys!
I'm doing a 24-hour chinos.
Oh, Chinese spot?
Yeah.
Nice.
But straight traditional hood Chinese food, 24 hours with one security officer for the night hours, because you know this shit's gonna get wicked after a certain hour. I'm not talking woe hop. I'm not talking like, oh, you gotta come here. Like, you know, you get it like, it's gonna be the type of chinos as 1 week it's fire.
Yeah.
Next week it's like, they kind of off this week.
Because they got the business plan. Because the Mom Dukes is not there.
Yeah, like I don't want people to. I don't want my shit on no Zagat top 5. Like no, like we're not doing that. That's too much to stick to. Like I'm not gonna be able to.
You are purposely got like horrible nights where you hire rats. Yeah, they work. It's like,
Little suits.
You get shut down for a couple days.
I need at least
part of the business.
I need at least a B rated.
Yeah.
Anything above a B, I'm fucking up.
Yeah. And what are the prices though? You gonna keep it?
I'm keeping them traditional.
Traditional?
Yeah, I would like it to be like a mega Chinese restaurant though, kind of like you know when you go to like McDonald's on 34th and they got like 2 floors.
Oh,
one of them joints.
Nah, you need more than one security guard then.
I mean, he's just gonna be working. It's only the night shift, so for the night shift, top floor is closed.
I don't know, man. For something of a mega Chinese restaurant, you need 2 security guards. Right?
I don't know what I would name it though.
Do you see a water feature in your vision for it?
Maybe a big ass fish tank.
Yeah.
You know,
Hell yeah.
Remember Human Balcony on Broadway 99th?
Yeah.
Bro, they used to have the crazy display of fish. I didn't know that.
What was the other spot? Victoria too?
Yeah.
It was like Dynastia. It's like Chinese Spanish food.
Oh, that's the best.
Wow, that mix
Fusion.
That right there, Papa.
That shit is so old that like it comes up now as like a thing. Like they're all gone. So it's like the 3 remaining ones in the city have TikTok videos all over the place and shit.
Yeah, and they know
Dynasty
better.
is one of them.
Yeah, they know better Spanish than me, bro. I go in there and they just be knowing it.
They be saying shit I don't know. To get it up, like.
Like,
take it easy, bro.
Yo, Papa, let me just get some pollo and gracias.
Arroz.
Yeah.
Got some of that. Yeah. The fried one. I don't know those words yet, bro.
Bro, they be
relax,
technical.
Poppy.
Poppy is what you call every deli dude.
Yeah.
You go to deli.
It all depends on the tone too.
Yeah, what's up, Poppy?
I mean, we really don't got that many like bodegas left like that.
Nah, where there's a real Poppy.
What makes a real Poppy?
You gotta be a Spanish guy. You
gotta have the same knives and the same freezer as the tropical fantasy.
You gotta be playing dominoes at the store. You gotta be blasting some Spanish music. You know what I mean?
Nah, if you don't got at least 4 drunk Ricans in the back
that don't work there
at 11 a.m. that shit is a failure.
You can't be called Poppy.
Yeah, nah,
At their store, yeah.
Poppy.
Is it a bodega cat adjacent thing where they need the cat?
Yes, yeah, the cat is definitely
I feel like the bodega cat kind of became the Williamsburg of like bodega shit.
Bodega shit? Yeah.
Like they made that shit super corny. Like now
They just played it out a little bit.
They played that shit out. Like now that shit's in video games and like
Not too many people know.
You never mess with the bodega cat. I'm like, bro, everybody used to mess with the bodega cat. If you really from people, that shit would be all over the cookies and shit. The fuck up.
You were happy it was there too, cause
you
like,
were cool with it, but you would tell them to move. Get the fuck up out of here, bro.
I need these chips real quick. Hold on.
Like what the fuck?
Get out the way.
What fucks me up is when the Arizona iced tea is more than $1.
Oh,
like fuck you, man. They're like $1.10. Like, dude, you're what the fuck?
$1.10.
That's why you never go for the bottles.
Yeah, the cans. No, I'm saying I've seen the can for $1.10, $1.25.
Yeah, that's
fucked
terrible.
up. That's fucked up. That's supposed to be inflation proof right there.
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
Man. The guy himself, he came out and said that.
You know how they do, man. They be head cracking.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
bro. You can't be charging $1.50, $2 for an Arizona. That shit makes it taste bad.
Says it on the can.
Yeah, if that shit go above $1, you're like, this shit tastes like shit. Yeah, this shit's $1 tea. I'm not paying $2 for $1 tea.
Shit loses deliciousness after $1.25.
Yeah, $1.25 max tastefulness. But once you go to $1.50,
now
like,
it's just $2.
This shit tastes like $1 tea and I'm paying $2. Get the fuck out of here.
$2 and lost its quality. This shit ain't that good. I'm getting less now.
Nah, that shit is ludicrous, bro. You can't be doing that, bro. That shit it's definitely man. That's that's capitalism right there, man.
Inflation. Talking about head cracking, bro. I was watching that we were talking about it earlier real quick, that Woodstock documentary.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how $1 in water was like fucking $18.
Bro, that's so fucked up.
It was more expensive than beer, so all the kids were like, fuck it, I'd rather get drunk than buy water. Who the fuck wants to pay more for water? And that shit added to a lot of what the fuck went on.
People dying and all that, and overheating and everything else.
Yeah. That was terrible, man.
Yeah, that's just like bad plan. But you can't even plan something like that. After a certain amount of people, how do you even hold it, Like, dude, I can't imagine.
Bro, security was just like regular dudes. Like,
yeah, they weren't even working. They were just chilling, doing drugs.
There were people who were like, yo, one of my friends called me the day of and was like, hey, man, you want to make $300 or some shit like that? And just gave him a shirt and like let him work or whatever. And like people were just literally there, and once they had access, they were just going into Woodstock and hanging out. Like they just got lost in the crowd.
And didn't like the town like make them a bunch of food? Wasn't that a thing? Like the town like was hearing they were running out of food, so they were all like, just literally town folk were coming in with like sandwiches and shit.
Yeah,
like
probably charging $40 for a fucking.
I think they're just giving them out.
Yo, imagine that. $40 for a bologna sandwich.
Oh,
that's Fire Festival.
Yeah. Dude, Woodstock, like, I always like look at that footage of like corn playing, and that's some of like the most like, it's fucked up to know what was really going on in that crowd though.
The Woodstock '99, right?
Yeah, it always like ruins it, but like as a performance from the music we grew up listening to and shit, that music that performance is insane.
Right.
Like. Fucking, what was like
250,000 people?
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, DMX.
To me, like 99 is when everything fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like when everything fucked up, right? Like Columbine was around then. Like everything kind of took this like darker, like fucked up turn than the rest of the 90s felt like. You know what I
mean? Yeah.
Y2K, Newman. Everybody thought the end was near.
Yeah, everybody was on edge.
Yeah. People really believed that bullshit too.
And then 2001, everything was perfect. That's just a perfect.
Oh man, 2001 was a fucked year.
We went into 2000 and like, and then everybody was like, "All right, computers aren't over. All right, we're here."
Yeah.
And then, all right, the real shit happened.
People were so stuck in like that Y2K mentality that 2000 just felt like another 1999.
Right.
Like shit was still in the process of moving on. People were still trying to get rid of that fucking hysteria.
That's like every decade, though. Every decade, it's like the tail end and the first couple years are basically the same fucking time.
Yeah.
Like late 80s, early 90s. Early 90s to like 93 was still the 80s. You know what I mean? Like watch anything. It looks
the clothes like slightly changed.
Yep, just a
the
little
hair
bit.
slightly changed, but it's definitely like you have to pick out certain things to be able to tell apart the decades. Like, oh, he's playing that game in that video. Like, this couldn't have been 89.
Yeah.
This was 91.
He's got an N64. What year was that? That was like 96, 97.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'll argue 96, 97 were the best years. Granted, I was only like 7 or 8. But
That's why. We weren't
why.
giving a shit about nothing.
Yeah.
We were little kids fucking playing games, no fucking bills. But you imagine motherfuckers in the 90s were stressed too.
yeah,
Listen.
their own way.
Yeah, like our parents and shit. That's what you grow up now and then you realize, oh shit, these people were just stressed the fuck out. They were going through real life shit. And you're like, and then you realize how much of a little prick you were probably when you were a kid. Like, I don't want these pants. I remember I threw a tantrum over pants one time.
I was there. I was there for that.
And I wasn't even like that young. But
His mom was like, hey, I got you these. I don't know if this is the ones you want. She walks out the room and he goes, yo, these aren't the fucking pants. And throws them shits at the wall mad hard.
Do you remember what kind of pants they were?
these shits just had too many like buckles and shit, you know?
It wasn't like a brand thing. You weren't like, these are Jinkos.
Nah, it's like it's like it was just too much, you know? At the time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
I remember you always remember
These aren't Jinkos.
Jinkos.
You wore Jinkos before?
I wore a little bit of everything back in the day, man.
You wore Jinkos? Don't fucking tell me
I was wearing
that.
FUBU on the street, man.
FUBU. FUBU was the shit though. FUBU doesn't get enough credit, you know? Because it was like at the time with like North Face, what else? Like, what was the Bear one?
Yeah, Bear. First down,
like the Goose Downs. And, you know, FUBU, I get what they were doing. They were trying to be like, you know.
for us, by us.
Yeah.
You don't remember when LL Cool J did some funny shit. He got hired to do an ad for the Gap, and while he was like in the ad, he's rapping, and he's wearing a FUBU hat. He snuck in a FUBU hat into the Gap ad, and in the bars he was spitting, he would say "for us, by us," da, 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 and he like mixed it into his whole verse, without Gap ever noticing until like after it was already aired.
Wow, that's not free promo.
Yeah,
That's
he
smart.
was pushing that, and he's wearing that shit like it's just FB.
Was it his?
No,
It was Russell Simmons, right?
It was FUBU was the dude
No,
from
he had
Shark
one.
Tank, Damon.
Oh, yeah.
Damon. I forget his last name, but that's the guy that did FUBU. He has like a bunch of fucking companies.
Wait, a Shark Tank motherfucker had for us, by us?
Yeah, Shark Tank, dude. All those people are millionaires. They're offering to pay for your shit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And they want to cut. So that's what the whole show is.
Go on Shark. We should go on Shark Tank, bro.
Yeah,
With, like,
I'll
a
pitch
whack
my brewery.
device.
You pitch your Chinese restaurant.
Yo,
Hey, Sharks, you ever had a hankering for some egg rolls, but it just wasn't the time?
we got two floors. All we need is $5 million. And you get
Well, I welcome you to Yummy Yums. And like take down a fucking a curtain and it's a whole.
you see the security guard? We already got security here.
I know what you guys might be thinking. It's unsafe in New York City to have a place open 24 hours.
So this is the Yum and Yum 24-hour security guard.
That's why we have one guy.
Yummy Yums offers bulletproof vests for every time you enter after 1 a.m. Yo, Yummy Yums. I don't even want to hear that name no more. It's such a bad fucking name.
Yo, that shit better open, bro. 2 floors.
What would you pitch?
Me? I don't know, bro. I don't got no good inventions, bro. I don't know. I would love to do maybe like I would maybe do some clothes or some shit, you know? Like,
Clothes,
yeah. Do like a diabetic line of socks. You know? I fucks with diabetic socks, but they not like stylish, you know what I mean?
Is there a specific difference between regular socks and
diabetic socks just be like a little loose.
Yeah, so that you don't so that if your legs
your
swell,
circulation.
right?
Yeah, they're either loose or they're like compression socks.
Okay.
You know, so that you get blood flow going.
I bought diabetic socks by accident.
Just with mad tight or baggy.
Uncomfortable as fuck, bro. Like I wash them every time I do laundry. Even when they're clean, I just happen to throw them in for some reason. And every time I get them shits back, they're like this big. And they stretch out like this long and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, those are them socks, man. I can't wear them shits.
Them shits will give you like, them shits need some style or something because they'll give you like a panic attack. So I'll be like, hey, what's up, sharks? These are diabetic socks. I need a better name. The sugar socks.
Sweet feet.
Sweet feet heats. Sweet feet. Hey, sharks. Oh my god, dude, are we going on Shark Tank, bro? What would you pitch?
My brewery, a brewery.
Well,
I don't have anything special about it. It's such a half-baked idea.
Can I pitch a beer?
Please, we're looking for ideas.
I got a coconut. What do you call that shit? That a coconut Guinness. So I don't know how to make it happen, but I think that shit is delicious right there. It sounds good.
Coconut Guinness.
Yeah, you never drank, so like Guinness kind of feels like, what would you say is like more like frothier?
Sure, I'd say it's obviously darker and it's almost like the cake of beers.
Yeah, it's like a milkshake of beers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little sweeter. That you could just fucking chug them shits.
Good on you though. You never drank.
Never drank.
Not even a drop.
Not even a drop.
Not even high school
He
kids
had a
pressuring
wine
you
cooler.
kind
He
of
had
things.
a wine cooler before.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's not fully straight edge.
He
had one wine
This
cooler.
shit was literally 2%. I'm not straight edge at all.
What, so you smoke?
Yeah. But it had a little bit of. It has like 2% alcohol or something.
No, I didn't have nothing.
It was nothing, but
But we were really young drinking that.
No, but we were in a barbecue at his fucking cousin's house, and I'm like, bro, I gotta walk like a mile. It's like somewhere in Queens. And
They
I
did
had to
not
walk
have
a mile.
children's drinks.
They did not have no fucking soda, nothing. I'm like, damn, bro.
Did it just never appeal to you, or you were kind of?
Yeah, it just never. Like for me, it was just more like, man, I got a pretty wild family history involving this. I probably shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
And that's why I was just like, fuck it. It's better off.
Yeah, drinking can lead to some fucking
Debauchery.
Yeah, I've had the best of times and the worst of times.
Well
Charles
said.
Dickens have written about my antics being drunk, bro. It's like, I these days I have a beer or two, but I can't fucking get drunk no more.
Yeah.
Hangovers, bro.
You can't or you won't.
I won't. I refuse. Hangovers just be brutal.
You know what? Actually, surprisingly, like when you have like wheat cookies, dude, those can have a crazy hangover too.
Oh, dude.
Like I'm surprised because like if you just smoke, sure, whatever, fine. The cookies though, like the next day, my head is pounding. Like it is fucking crazy.
That's happened to me before. I've
Yeah.
woken up fucking
like where am I?
what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, no, man, this is what that shit. This is that shit y'all be talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I hate that.
You
feeling,
getting calls and text messages like, I can't believe you did that last night.
Yo,
What do you
bro.
mean?
Yo, bro, that was insane. And I'm like, yo, bro, I don't know what the fuck.
Did I leave my house?
No, I've for real forgotten shit. Like just straight greened out and crashed on the bed like a dummy. Like just, I told you one time I lost all my motor functions, and I just barely made it to the bed. Like, crashed on the bed, and I was like, yo, if I die, this is where she's gonna find me, bro. I was just fucking knocked out.
That's just
bro.
where you decided.
That was a very long time ago, but yeah.
Dude, I had with those little chocolates. I forgot the name of them shits. They're like the little bricks.
Punch bars.
Punch bars, yes. Bro, I had one time. At the time, I was
Matt
like,
knows.
I was smoking nonstop, bro. So I had fucking like I was eating like 2 or 3 little squares. So I'm like, bro, I could take. I'm going out that night. I had 2 shows this evening, bro. I'm like, yo, I could do 2.5, and then go. I ate that shit, bro. I fell asleep. Kicks on.
On stage.
Full outfit. not on stage. I didn't even make it there, bro. I just fell asleep, and I didn't wake up till like almost 1 a.m. I missed shows, text messages. I got calls. I was just like, dude, and I remember the last thing I remember is that I felt like I was in a glue trap, bro. Like I was a mouse in a glue trap. I could not lift my hands up. I'm like, And yo, I just did not get up, bro. And I wake up, bro. I'm sleep. I would never get in my bed with my sneakers on, bro. And I'm in bed with my sneakers on.
Knock the fuck out.
Fly as a motherfucker, ready to go perform, ready. And I just
you got mad pretty to go to sleep.
Yeah, for real, bro. I could not get up. That shit, yeah. Edibles will get you like that.
Oh
bro.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't fucking. Nah, man, fuck that, bro. I never want to be there again, bro. That shit is the worst. I remember I went to Miami once. Actually, I met up with. Did I meet up with you, Matt? No. That's before I met up with you when you were down there. So when I go down there, this is when he still lived down there, and I ate a weed cookie before the flight. So I just forgot when I landed, like in the excitement, like, oh, I'm meeting up with our mutual friend Jeff. He's down there. And we're like, yo, let's go to the boardwalk, get some drinks. When I meet up with him, he gives me 3 weed gummies. And he's like, yo, they're only 10 milligrams each. I'm like, man, I ain't shit. Bro, for some reason, everything hits me when we order food on that boardwalk. Ooh. And I'm there like, bro, everything's spinning. I couldn't get up. Dude, I projectile vomited everywhere.
Oh, my God.
Bro, it was bad. And that was my first night that night in Miami.
Oh, my God.
It was fucking terrible. Because of fucking weed. Yeah. Be careful, kids.
Careful. That's right.
Be careful. Yo, Sean, so
hey.
we've been, you've helped me, this is a little transition. You know this. Did I tell you about this? Like, I was working with him, like, writing some, like, theater stuff.
Yeah.
So that's, you're like, on top of the Toons and stuff.
Yeah.
You're really, like, live sketch theater guy. You
those
know?
are my 2 real loves: is sketch comedy and animation.
Yeah.
Stand up, I'm just not good at being myself.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that. I'm still trying to learn that.
Nah, you're a fucking natural, man. You're great.
It's hard, dude, to be like, even that, like, people who like, it's hard to get there with that.
Yeah.
Though.
Like, I'll like sing on stage and do like character stuff by myself, but if it's like just be you, it's not good for anyone.
Everybody's like, ooh.
And like I often, if I find myself trying to be like, this is the myself version doing stand up, I feel like I'm trying to like compromise a little bit. Like I'm compromising and I'm trying to like appeal to a wider audience, but I'm like, no, just appeal to the weirdos. You know, that's who you appeal to when you make funny shit.
Yeah, it's definitely a different like a different energy, you know.
Yeah.
I've never dealt with anything in theater, and like I was happy like just being around with you, even like backstage and like helping host one.
Yeah.
And like seeing, dude, how much work goes into like a theater show.
Yeah.
It's like
me backstage just putting a bunch of props in places and be like, oh shit, like setting up signs and all this stuff. Yeah.
That shit is, I feel like, way more nerve-wracking than just going up there and like.
Yeah. I mean, hey, everybody's got their thing. Like, to me, I'm comfortable once I'm there. And like I enjoy like getting a bunch of random props together. I mean, I'm not Carrot Top out in this motherfucker. But like, you know, for the scenes, like I enjoy like putting it all together and doing all that stuff. Like it's fun to me.
Bringing it to life.
Yeah, man.
You know?
That's where I feel comfortable, really.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's about, is being comfortable and confident on stage. You know?
Yeah, I feel like, man, it's like I said, it's just such a hard thing. Because it's like, I never realized how fast you got to set up, too.
Yeah.
Like,
that's true. They do have you on a real tight time schedule.
Bro, like, sometimes you got to be like... So I can imagine when it grows, like, in production-wise, like, if you're doing some, like, fucking Broadway...
Sure.
Like, skating on ice shit.
Yeah.
that shit
we're like lucky because we have like, we can put the cartoons in between sketches at certain points.
Yeah.
So that gives us like extra time to get out of a costume and all this shit. It's not like, you know, the pull off pants or whatever, jumping into the next costume. You got like a couple minutes to usually get your shit together.
That's true. I didn't think about that. That gives you a little more time.
Yeah, it definitely buys us a bunch of time.
Have you, like, because one thing you gotta like one thing you gotta accept with like stand up is like doing bad. Have you ever like done a sketch live and it just didn't hit?
Of course. I mean, my laugh percentage or success percentage doing sketch is way fucking higher than my stand up percentage. Stand up percentage is not very great, but I also just like personally, you know, it's all fit for what works for you. And for me, stand up is just, there's less group camaraderie. Obviously, because you're by yourself. You know?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. That's kind of what I've always like appreciated about like the improv and sketch is it feels like supportive, whereas like the open mics for stand up feel a lot just like, hey, fuck you, like do what you do.
You're on your own.
Yeah,
Deal,
but
right?
and you know, yeah, especially the open mics like. The last open mic I did with you, that was a pin dropper. That was a real pin dropper.
Those
sure.
are open mics, though.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. You can't get too
can't
like
get too
down
hung up
about
on
it.
that.
A
Yeah.
pin dropper.
It was a real penny dropper.
Yeah, it was a penny. Oh, he's a penny dropper. Penny droppings.
Yeah,
The penny drops. Yeah, dude. I liked getting in that environment though. It was like such a like,
it humbles you.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. Yeah.
yeah, like I've always wanted to like do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just cool to fucking be, even though it's it's small right now, but it's like it's fucking chill as fuck being in a theater environment. Fucking.
I have a little history in theater.
Do you?
No, but I was in a play that felt like it.
Yeah.
When I was little, and I was what they called a body bag. So basically, like our shit had to do with jumping time. So we would play like a bunch of classic songs, like from Grease and Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
And when you were just like not good at singing or whatever, they put you in one of them body bags and shit. So we were the guys that like they put us in a big blob bag, kind of like you just stretch out and walk across the stage, and we're the transition. That was the transition from one time period to the other. It's terrible.
Bro.
Yeah, and you said it like it was a term that like I should know in theater. Like, they're like the body bagger.
Yeah, man, I was a body bag.
Yeah. Maybe it is a term. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I'm not up on it.
From the 90s, bro. It's from the 90s. It's the old school.
Yeah, that tape exists somewhere too. There's a video of that shit.
Dude, I have an embarrassing story with doing something like that in like PS75. So the first time we ever did like a school play, there was this book. I don't know if y'all remember. It was a children's book about a pie that like he had to escape from an alligator, from a bear. Y'all don't remember this?
No,
This is like, dude, I was like in
curious.
first grade, maybe like kindergarten.
Yeah, you saw that shit in a fever dream.
I wish it was a fucking dream because I played the bear in the joint. And dude, when I got off stage, I just fell off stage, bro.
Did you have a chocolate before?
Nah. I just face planted. Everybody was like,
really?
Like it was like one of those gas.
Was it at least like towards the end of the show?
It was at the very end.
Okay.
But
So it was a grand finale. Yeah.
bro,
That's not bad.
that shit is embarrassing. I've fallen also at Stand Up New York.
Really?
When I'm going on stage, the chair was loose. So that time, by the way, I should have.
Was that the opener or was it towards the end when you fell?
It was right when I'm getting on stage.
Yeah, I've had a fuck up getting on stage like that too.
Bro, I put the stool down. There's people there.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled the stool down. I was just gonna talk some shit and bro, the leg was fucked up. As soon as I sat down, blah, and bro, same thing. It was so bad that I only heard like two people laugh, which was my friends. And bro, I did the rest of like my set from the floor.
Yeah, you gotta commit. Once you do something stupid, you gotta commit.
And then this comic, I think you met him before, Tommy Treasure. I haven't seen him in a while, but Tommy fucking comes against me. He's like, "Nah, I can't leave my boy at the ground like that." He was like, "Get him. You gotta get up from this shit." But bro, that shit is embarrassing.
I
bro.
started a set in stand up where I take the mic off of the thing, off of the stand, and I just like, I guess I was just very overzealous. I really wanted to get into the set, and it like came out of the cord, and I smacked myself in the face with the mic. It was like a 1-2, smack myself, and then I just go, "Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night." I came back. It would have been way better if I just fucking left it with that. That would have been epic. But.
Dude, that's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah,
bro.
it really was.
If you would have left, that's like, you ever seen the video of I forgot the comic's name, but it's Hulk Hogan putting the guy in the headlock, the sleeper hold, and he really puts him asleep.
Yeah,
and he drops him.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Not Richard. Is it Richard Lewis?
I thought it was Andy Kaufman.
Nah, it's
Was
not
it
Andy
Andy
Kaufman.
Kaufman,
No,
right?
Andy Kaufman was like the intergender champion. Like
Bro,
he fought Jerry
that
the
man
King
was
Lawler.
committed to the role, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you never
Yes.
seen the Hogan joint though?
I can't remember.
It's
I
really
feel like
fucked up.
was it Hogan that did that?
It was Hulk Hogan. He puts him in a front headlock, and he knocks him out.
The guy just falls out, right?
And then he just lets him land.
I can't
on his
remember
head.
who he did it to.
And Mr. T is there. He goes, Mr. T is like, oh no, he's just asleep. He'll be up soon. But the dude, cracked his head open on the ground. Hulk Hogan let him drop, and when he gets up, I guess he was just in like, he gets up and he's like, he just doesn't know what's going on. He goes, all right, we'll be right back.
So it was on like a late night show, like Letterman or something?
Yeah, it was. I believe it was his show. And as soon as he gets up from like being completely cracked his head, asleep because he really choked him out, he says, "Hey, we'll be right back." Hey, Mr. T is like, "Oh no, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's just a little headlock."
I vaguely remember that.
You had to have seen this. Right?
No, I know I've seen it. I can't remember who he did it to, and
Yeah.
I remember Mr. T being right there too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's such an 80s moment, getting choked out by
Hulk Hogan.
Would you get choked out by The Rock? And then who?
Dude, I used to love the fucking Rock. Like growing up, that was my guy. That was
Yeah.
So whatever the fuck, if you want to beat the shit out of me, I'd be like, yeah, I got the shit beat out of me by The Rock. Like, that was my guy, man.
Oh, The fucking Rock.
Yeah.
Dude, WWE was the shit back in the day.
Yeah, no, I was an obsessed wrestling fan.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were too. We used to wrestle in the projects.
Oh yeah. Well, not me in the fucking suburbs, but
Yeah. Backyard matches. And
but
shit.
yeah, some backyard matches, like people doing suplexes, just a bunch of kids fighting in the backyard. Yeah.
Motherfuckers jumping off the house. Those videos when they started going viral of people viral wasn't even a thing, but when they were just kind of leaking onto them wrestling forums and shit of people doing shit in their backyards.
Yeah.
That's like how I found YouTube. Like when I first found it, it was just like I just looked up fights like all day. I got it all out of my system at a young age as soon as I found it.
The early days of YouTube had crazy shit on there.
Oh yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Was it like uncensored at one point?
At one point, there was a lot that made it on there and wasn't noticed. A lot of that shit has just been lost.
Yeah. I don't remember I remember some things, but I don't think I went on there and searched for random things,
Yeah.
I can't remember if I did that back then when it first came out.
Yeah. I did a little bit. And it wasn't like I found anything in particular, but now you could read about a lot of shit that just kind of went missing.
Yeah.
Or there's still versions of videos that originally were on YouTube, and you're like, oh shit, this was on YouTube? And it was stuff that you just kind of mixed in. They didn't have a real crazy system to pick the stuff up.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't have enough moderators and all that like they do
Yeah.
now. They weren't a $1 billion company yet.
Right,
So,
exactly.
yeah, I loved the early YouTube and even Newgrounds back in the day, and
Yeah.
I still fuck with Newgrounds. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
E-bombs and shit.
E-bombs because Newgrounds it's an animation community, so
Yeah.
that's still a thing. You can still put your stuff up there and get pretty decent feedback.
Nice.
But a lot of people that's still a thing. I'm like, yeah, it's the shit. If you're in that community,
Yeah.
fuck with it.
Have you put your stuff up there?
Oh yeah.
All right,
Frog
cool.
Boys are on Newgrounds. Yeah.
You throw it on Reddit too, right?
Here and there. I'm not a big Reddit guy, but I don't dislike it. I just don't use it too much.
Yeah.
I loved Reddit when it first dropped.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's just with all the points and stuff. That's where they kind of lose me. Where I'm like, wait, I have to have 2 ups and 1. I don't know what's going on with all that.
Yeah, I think it's just whatever.
I never had enough
upvotes.
points for the shit. Never had enough points, so I would just post my shit and it would be like, you don't have enough points, so we have to take this down. I'm like, oh, all right.
Oh, I didn't know it worked like that.
If you're promoting your shit, hey, go
yeah.
watch my fucking video. It's like, oh, get your points up, bro.
Oh shit! So you get your points up by probably interacting.
Yeah,
and shit?
yeah.
See, that was new shit to me. But when I was on that shit did not have any of that.
Yeah.
It was just always about I always felt like back then it was the proper internet funny zone.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it was oh, you need to have Reddit. That's what they would call it. And it's don't be it was kind of don't be a dick. But I think that changed too.
That's gone out the window.
Oh yeah, that place.
All of the internet. That's gone out the window.
For someone, you make sensitive content, because Elon Musk is talking about buying YouTube.
Ooh.
Oh.
So yeah, would you guys think that would be better or worse? Because I think he wants to free it up in some senses.
I mean, I don't see how.
Yeah.
Because it all comes down to there's a lot of stupid shit when you're putting up the type of content I put up that you could get hit with. They'll knock your channel.
Specific words.
Specific words. Shit like that definitely has to fucking go.
Yeah.
That shit is just stupid.
Even if you're talking about a crime, you can't say the certain words that is.
Yeah, you got to be careful about when and how you say certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just weird to me. Like, you're discussing some wild shit, and you can't even say it for what it is.
Yeah.
Without it affecting you, you know?
Right.
And when it comes down to, like, what gets monetized or whatnot, it's like that affects that too. Because if you get hit, they say it's not suitable for ads or whatever. At the end of the day, I don't know how all of that works, but I would think that the ads, you know, the companies who want to place their ads have something to do with it too. Like, they don't maybe necessarily want their ad in front, like a Coca-Cola ad in front of a video of like a child being killed or some shit doesn't make sense for them. But I don't know. Like, it's very strange how they just really knock you for silly shit. Like, you'll come back to your shit automatically being demonetized, and then when you check why, it's like a 3-second part where like a certain word was said, or like or an image of like ridiculous shit. And you're just there like, you know what? It's frustrating, for sure. And I mean, monetization isn't like the end game, is not the whole thing, of course, you know? But the fact is, a lot of people spend more on their channels than they make.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people think this fucking content comes out of nowhere.
Right.
Like, oh, you know, this guy got shitload of cameras and is going all around the city and shooting, or if you're somebody who buys products all the time and reviews them and shit like that. But you said, like, the word fuck in a video, your shit is demonetized, yet you're using, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that kind of shit could definitely affect you.
We're going to have to bleep that out from this one, right?
Yeah, all this shit's going to be
At the end of the day, it's going to be like, hey!
Hey, so... Do the soft one.
Although I do think bleeps are funnier for cursing.
Yeah, in certain contexts, for sure.
I think you add a bleep, it just makes cursing funnier, bro. It's like, yo, suck my like, we're going to add a bleep.
But that's the thing, right? So, like, if you monetize a clip, and like you said, if it's not safe for monetization, that fucks up the whole algorithm, right?
Exactly.
Pretty much.
It's like, for me, it's come to a point where I'm like, listen, as long as my shit's not age restricted, I'm good. That kills your video. Yeah. Because now people who click on it have to sign in. And you know how many times I don't sign in to YouTube when it tells me that? I'm like, fuck this. I'll find this shit somewhere else.
Yeah, if you link it from like a social media app. Yeah. And it tells you to sign in. Right. Like, cancel.
Yeah, like, all right.
Like, oh, no, we're not doing all that.
I'm just not even going to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't send me to the app. I'll go signed in on
Yeah, that's what most people do. They'll go look up the name or something and be like, let me get the names and just fucking look it up myself. I'm like, that shit is annoying. Like, it gets annoying when you have to kind of find those ways to work around stuff. Because it'd make more sense if you knew exactly what the fuck was causing the problem. Right. You know, a lot of times it's in the air. Like, you don't know.
The whole, like, algorithms of all these, like, platforms, Instagram and all that, and YouTube, Facebook, whatever, like, they are not set up for animators, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Because animation is something that, you know, besides AI, which is going to make everything in 3 seconds, but traditional animation, like, it takes some time. You know what I mean? Even a minute clip can take you a month or two. I mean, a Flog Dolly-in month or two. But, like, for real, like, so it's, like, really not very well set up for that. And, like, it's funny because I'll see, like, I don't know if you like see like Threads at all, which is like the new Twitter basically. Yeah. And I see so many like posts on that of people being like, man, this video took me an hour to make and I only got like 50 views or 100 views. I'm like, never become an animator. Like, just never do it. Like, because you will spend a month. And then
what's like the little annoying processes to animating?
I mean, it's a labor of love. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, I made my bed. I want to make this kind of stuff, but like, it's just the little shit. It's just like moving an eyebrow, moving mouths, just like, because there's ways you can kind of have like a free sync where it'll like do it on its own, but you still have to go in and touch it up every time. Right. Because sometimes it'll just be going crazy, like moving all across. Like every part of it is kind of monotonous, but again, labor of love, man.
I lost my job. I lost my car. I even lost myself for a while. But then I built my tiny home. And this is where all the magic happens. It's tiny because I don't deserve to take up space. And there are so many things to do here. Sitting, thinking, eating, and thinking about the past. I lost my kids in the divorce, but there's no space for company. You don't need visitors when your best friends are isolation-induced hallucinations. Yeah, Davey knows what I'm talking about. Davey, we got company. Don't be rude to the company, Davey. They don't come around much. Just say hello. I'm sorry for raising my voice, Davey. I love you too.
When you're feeling low, build yourself a teeny tiny hole. Frog Boys!
How many like edits would you say goes into like even like one transition or whatnot? Because I think about editing even like things that we work on. You know, that shit is so tough. Yeah. So, like,
I mean,
how much harder is
it? So like I don't know. My process basically like I'll work in like which is kind of an old school program because I fuck with like the Newgrounds and the early South Park kind of, and now South Park too. But I work with a program called Animate CC. So that's like what Flash was. So it's like it's
old school approach.
Yeah, it's an old school approach. I know I zigged when everybody sagged.
Right.
But yeah, no, that can take a long freaking time, and then usually I'll like touch stuff up in Premiere, a little bit of After Effects for like certain effects.
Oh, so you have to take it to actually different programs.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
And it starts in Logic Pro, obviously getting all the audio together and.
Yeah, process. That is a fucking process, bro.
I mean, listen, you look at old animation, bro. It was a scrupulous, like, a crazy process. Like, me, being a Nickelodeon kid,
right.
I grew up watching, like, Rugrats, Doug, Ren and Stimpy, shit like that. But the classics, like the Tex Avery's, the Hanna-Barbera, old school Flintstones, Jetsons, like, what inspired you to start making anime?
Yeah, I think to those guys though, just saying as well, I think they'd look at me and be like, "You little bitch!" Like, this was every freaking frame by frame by frame, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I was obsessed with all that kind of stuff. Like Rocko's Modern Life was a huge one for me back in the day.
I love that.
I love that show. I love that show, man. And then honestly, like South Park, of course. Yeah. And then. Just getting into sketch comedy, and it kind of became like out of necessity in a way because I had ideas that were like big budget ideas, but it was like I can't pull these off because I don't have this big budget right now, but I could draw outer space. You know what I mean? We could like come up with the locations we need,
right, and
just do it like that.
So you say you use Anime CC, right?
Yeah.
Was that what they made Salad Fingers with?
Yeah. It had to be. Right, that early Flash had to be.
Okay, because that was like...
And then it was probably just known as Flash back then.
Right. I remember that being like a turning point when videos like that started coming out.
Yeah.
And that shit was like blowing up. Like the really eerie, bugged out...
I love it.
Like animations with music. Some of them had Aphex Twin, Nine Inch Nails over them.
I would like some milk from the milkman's wife's tits. I would like
those are the real lyrics
from the milkman's wife's tits.
You ever see the Papa Smurf one? You gotta believe that. You ever see Papa Smurf? No. Papa Smurf, can I lick your ass? Yeah, lick my ass, bitch. You ever seen that one? It's the greatest video of all time. It's the greatest video of all time. That's early Flash. That's what inspired. That's why I do it. That's why I do it.
That predates Peanut Butter Jelly time.
It was like around the same time, though. Okay. It was like roughly around the same time.
It reminded me of that. It sounded like the same type of jingle.
I never heard of that one.
Like Flash jingles were a thing for a minute. Like they were crazy. Like them shits were coming out every week.
Them shits were viral before that was a thing, bro. Like peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat.
That shit made no sense.
Who wrote that song, bro?
I think there's like a whole thing about it.
He's like, who wrote that song?
6-year-old me.
Peanut butter jelly. That's fucking funny, bro. Yeah, dude. Like, what is like your vision for like the Frog Boys and stuff? Like,
honestly,
what is a big production thing you trying to like get into and whatnot?
I mean, we're making pilots and that kind of stuff. So like, I have this pitch called McSwiggins, which is really fun. It's kind of about like a bar that has different open mic nights and different types of music. So we kind of rag on the music. We rag on like just being around gigs, like just experiences that we've all kind of had through gigs. And then, of course, like the people that work at the bar, there's a bunch of shit going on. So really the idea is just different kind of pilots that we develop and that kind of shit. But like we made a sketch show version of our stuff because like right now our stuff is like quick little 1 minute, 2 minute shorts. So we made like a 15-minute pilot for Trauma. I don't know if you know Trauma, which was
of course
Lloyd Kaufman,
yeah,
the goat Lloyd,
yeah, Toxic Avenger,
Class of
Nukem High,
and like so like that's definitely something I'm interested in is just developing more ideas. And really my idea, like if you look at Frog Boys now, it's kind of it's like early internet stuff. Like it has like a little bit of choppiness to it, a little primitive style to it. But I kind of appreciate that. I kind of want to marry that style with like almost like a Bob's Burgers style.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's sort of my grander vision.
Yeah, I see it already. Yeah.
No, that definitely works because like I feel like right now too, we're at a point in time where like people are rediscovering old methods,
right?
Older methods, and like everything is being like it's going backward in a way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? When it comes down to even video editing and like the way videos are being recorded, like you see all these like cropped tube TV like looking videos people be uploading now.
Yeah,
like the shit looks like it dropped in 99, 2000.
Yeah, there's a new. I wish I remember the name. There's like a new show on Fox I saw. It's like a new animated show. I forget something guys. I know it's not a great description, but but it's like this new
show with people.
It's a show. There's human beings on it. I'm pretty sure, but like it kind of has that like throwback style. I'm maybe we're gonna come back around. Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, it looks like it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could take over like let's say you got the opportunity to like take over a property. You know what I mean? Like a certain type of IP. What would you do in your style?
Take over an IP?
Yeah, like if they just said, listen, man, we have a bunch of... Nickelodeon comes to you or something, like, listen, we have a bunch of...
Like, for me, like, obviously, I mean, I've said it a bunch already, but, like, South Park is, like, that's, like, my Bible right there. So, like... But I love it so much that I don't feel like anyone could actually take that over.
Right,
because it's like, who the fuck is going to touch what those guys do?
Yeah.
If I do fucking a tenth of what those guys do, I feel like I did it. I did exactly what I set out to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess that's sort of the answer.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. I could see it in your style too.
Yeah,
like I could definitely see that working. Yeah. That they've gone like crazy in depth now. Like I remember when their animation changed.
Yeah.
And you started seeing like them throwing UFOs and shit into their animations and like 3D stuff.
Right. You're going from like cardboard to eventually like Maya. So it's like that's like a really powerful program where that's a lot of 3D things are done in Maya, a lot of different styles. So they have this cool like 2D look, but they can pimp it out and make it insane and make it look like incredible.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I love those guys.
Sean, thank you for doing this.
I appreciate you.
Where can people catch you? Because you're doing the Frog Boys Presents.
Yep, that's right. We're doing Frog Boys Presents. Right now we're at the People's Improv Theater.
Nice.
And we're doing a show. Well, it won't make sense by the time this comes out probably. But but we do like monthly shows over there at the People's Improv Theater. And talking to a couple other theaters about working with them as well. And it's a really fun show. It's like a mix of sketch, stand up. As you said, Mario hosted one of our shows and crushed it. Did a great job.
Thank you.
So it's like a little stand up, little sketch, and then cartoons like interspliced, whatever that word is.
You gotta bleep that one out.
Yeah, bleep throughout.
This guy can't stop cursing. He's a machine. Where can people catch you, bro?
Yeah, frogboys.com, baby. And boys, important distinction with a Z.
Always with the Z.
With the Z.
Okay.
Frogboys.com.
Thank you for doing this, bro.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.
You already know, man. Thank you.
I'm Mario Benitez.
Too far, but respect.
Jose Ortiz.
And that was Sean Newman. We'll see you next week. Peace.